refresh your mind. I'm
I'm
talking
gonna
about
say I ain't see that.
Lakeith. Lakeith. I'm talking about David Lewis. Fred Hampton. Fred Hampton. We're talking about Judas and the Black Messiah.
All right, so yeah, so this is the thing. I like it. I like it. I like the representation. I like how they depicted the story. But I don't like the connotation, and I don't know if y'all are seeing like I don't know, like
a trend,
a stream of this where the black people are pulling on each other. Like I've seen these movies like a lot recently,
That's
and
what I want to talk about.
I remember Marcus saying too, like they show you what they want. They want to be in your head.
Yeah.
I do feel like it's a lot, like just listen to, what the repetition, because it's a couple of movies that just came out where black people are turning on each other. That part I don't like, but I know it's, some of it's truth. Well, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But what are they trying to put in your head? You know what I mean? That's the part that I'm like, hey, like why did they play that character up so much in this movie? And to this day, he still thinks he ain't do nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like they did that interview of him.
No, he killed himself.
Oh no, he murdered himself.
No, but that's the thing. He murdered himself. But when he did that interview, he said, "Yeah, I did what I had to do." Remember?
Yeah.
At the end of the movie.
Yeah, but I mean, he was unsettled with himself after that shit. But I definitely understand where you're coming from.
That's because everything was when they did everything and he saw it on the news, and he got the harsh, what I'm saying, feedback from
the reality.
The neighborhood. He himself didn't hold himself accountable. He was like, "Look, this is what I had to do. Blah 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 blah. I would have did the same thing." And then when everybody, saw it, and he probably got, hollered at and stuff, from his
all types.
Yeah, and then he
the original snitches get stitches.
Yeah,
one of them. But I do think that was telling. And the thing about that, like the first thing I thought about when I started watching the movie was Daniel. This is the second time he's been in this position to where a black person has turned on him. Remember Queen and Slim? Don't forget about that shit.
Yeah.
So
Yo,
I thought that
actor,
was yeah, but I thought that was telling. I was like, dang, he signed on for that again. Like, I don't know. So I know what you're saying about depicting that whole message, because that's not even the only time I've seen that too. Like where a black person is helping to overthrow a powerful figure or somebody significant to the culture. But understand that's always their plot. That's always going to be their plan. They got to infiltrate the mission. They're going to send one of our own. Like, that shit's coming. You just got to be conscious. And I don't know. I don't even know.
But we can't even really speak on that because it's a historically accurate.
Yeah, and it was back in like the 70s and all that. Like, so
it's not like it's a fictional.
Hey, I like how they like bounce back and forth from like the PBS like documentary
the interview.
Yeah, like how that shit look so spot on like that. Yeah, I like that shit.
And he do like deserve all the accolades, every award, whatever. Because it's like, man, being able to like replay that, because I wasn't even hip to. I knew about Fred Hampton, but not like the depths of this shit.
Right,
like,
I didn't know
like the whole.
I know he was 21, bro. He was 21.
That fucked me up too.
Yeah, that shit was crazy to me. That shit was crazy.
And just like
and then O'Neal was 17 when he first got with the Panthers.
Bruh, that's crazy. And
that was crazy to me.
I thought all of it was crazy. Like, even like how he was surrounded by like all of them were like leaders, all them Panther people doing like all that different shit. And I'm like, dang, they were so young. Like,
right.
So I thought that was power. That was one of the powerful messages in that movie too. I don't want people to lose sight of that. And the women, I feel like the women were some powerful figures, especially back in that day. Like
old girl in the back seat, she was.
That's how you hold it down, bro. Like, oh my god, yeah. Like I thought that shit was dope too for the movie. Like how everything came together. Like, especially the timing in the world we're in. Like for the culture too, and to educate us on that. That's important because we see that snake action, that snake culture all the time. Like music, motherfuckers turn on each other, all types of stuff. Like I don't know, but I feel like they do kind of put that out there to kind of create that message, depict the message.
Yeah. And see,
But
that's
it was
what
a good movie.
that's what I'm saying. Like, you know, I don't think anything was necessarily inaccurate, but I just think, you know, it's the message that we're hearing repeatedly. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't our fault. Y'all told on each other. Like
Yeah.
that pisses me off.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Yeah,
I mean, hey,
and
you gotta receive what you
another,
receive. You know?
Go ahead, Marcus.
yeah. And another thing I picked up from the movie was like if you paid attention to every time there was a police shooting, it wasn't like it wasn't like a mission. It wasn't like, okay, we about to go, like it wasn't a plan. It wasn't like we about to go infiltrate this right here. We're gonna go down here. This our plan. We're gonna hit that street. You're gonna go through the back door. Like remember the one shooting when the one dude shot the cops inside the store. He was just standing outside smoking a cigarette. Then he saw the cops run the store. He was like, "Why are you in my neighborhood?" Boom, 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 boom. Just started shooting at the cops and asked no questions.
Right.
Then the other time, remember when that same dude died,
Ashton
and then
Sanders.
his friend was like going around looking for him. Remember, and then he went to the guy's house and he dropped the gun on the ground. His friend, the guy called the police and was like, "Hey, this dude walking around with this big ass gun." Then there became another police shooting because he ended up killing another cop, but it wasn't based in the mission. It was just some random shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So then after that, what happened? Another cop got killed. And what did the cops say? Then in that next scene, you saw how the cops was sitting outside. Was like, oh wait, did this happen before or after? Remember that scene? I remember a cop got shot. Remember when the cop was like saying that racist shit? They was like posted up outside was saying racist shit. And they was like, yeah, because your little buddies out here, your Panther shot a cop. Now we have to have more police presence in your neighborhood. You see what I'm saying? So the big thing that I picked up was that whenever there was a police shooting, it really wasn't no plan. It really wasn't no mission. It was always like random acts of violence. You know what I'm saying? Well, not even random acts of violence. It was just like random circumstance that caused a police shooting, but it was never like a mission. You know what I'm saying? And I thought it was interesting in that one scene. Yeah, it was, but so no, I'm talking about what happened. Like, all right, this is what I mean. The scene, because you saying they're provoked. You talking like historically, like the Black oppression. I'm talking about what led to the actual individual shootings. So when I'm talking about like that scene when I said the guy dropped the gun on the ground, his black friend called the cops on him and said this nigga wilding outside, running around with a big ass gun. That attracted the police to him. Then the kid running around with the gun shot the cops in order, I guess, because he was in fear. I was a Panther 2 on the run. You know he a dead man. You a Panther on the fucking run. You know what I'm saying? So he ended up killing the cop. Then that it was like it was damn near like warfare. It was like gang warfare. It was between the Panthers and the cops. If you watched the movie and you did not know the backstory of the Panthers, it looked like just gang warfare. That's what, and I feel like that's what the movie kind of was depicting, because it was never a fucking mission. It was like, oh, you killed my homie. Oh, I'm gonna kill your homie. Oh, you killed my homie. That's what it looked like to me. It just looked like niggas retaliated all the way to the point where they went in and they shot up Fred Hampton shit. Because if you're watching the movie, I think the Panthers killed at least like 3 or 4 cops in the movie. You know what I'm saying? So, and every time it escalated, it got worse. Every time after the cop got shot, the situation and the pressure got worse and worse and worse. You know what I'm saying? So
how much do you think that part is? How much do you think that part is accurate, or you know what I mean? Because to make it like, you know, non-sensible violence, like how much you think that was Hollywood pressure?
I mean, you tell me. Put it like this, right? Because we were just talking. We literally were just saying, well, this is a historically accurate movie. Like, what do we choose? What part of it do we want to be accurate, and what part we don't want? Like, at the end of the day, we really don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's like okay, they're making it seem like these was unprovoked acts of violence. It's like, oh, okay, that's Hollywood doing that. But then if, you know, the white cop kills a black guy, oh, that's accurate. But if we say it was unprovoked, then that's Hollywood playing around. Like, how do we like, you see what I'm saying? It's like at the end of the day, I can just go what I saw in the movie. Like, you really don't know at the end of the day. We do know that Fred Hampton did get murdered. We did say that. We did see the shit that he was those 90 fucking shots to win.
Yeah,
that was definitely that was factual. But as far as like, you know, all the other shit, like, you know, obviously it's the shit said inspired by true events, which means that obviously all of this ain't gonna be
roughly true.
It said inspired by true.
Probably like 65%
true.
So that's the thing, and I think to that. Yeah, to that point, I think there's some. You got to take it with a grain of salt, right? Because I think, you know, even if it is accurate, maybe they left out the parts where, you know what I'm saying, that it was some intelligent conversations where, you know, the Black Panthers are coming together and they're saying, you know, let's do this and this and this, and then it turned wrong for some reason. You know what I mean? Like that to your point. It was depicted like everything was like, you know, ad hoc and like, you know, just spur of the moment type shit. But if you see who they were as a people, they were organized. You know what I'm saying? So it could be a lot of stuff that's left out. And I you know what I'm saying? Like who I think,
and it's being told from different perspectives.
Exactly.
Hey, you know what's funny though? You know what's funny though? How they would show you events like this, and you can watch snowfall and, you know, events like that, and you would see all this fucking like higher government intervention or you know, any you know what I mean, any type shit like that, and people will still call people today conspiracy theorists when you think certain Black movements wasn't fucking infiltrated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't think Black movements now are infiltrated or just totally fabricated?
Oh yeah, nah, but that's what I mean. Like you saw how like the government they made it their mission to stop the power move.
But especially like when he was powered up with poor white people, poor Puerto Rican people, you know, people that's fighting against the oppression of
poor.
Police. I'm saying, that's the most dangerous shit. He was teaming up with white people in certain, you know, areas, teaming up with Puerto Rican in certain areas.
He was making
that's when it was, you know, a problem for them.
Yeah,
exactly. Because they didn't see color anymore.
But they gonna take that group out. So what makes you question that certain groups that's allowed to run freely now? You know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense?
No, that makes
something that's a threat they're gonna take out, but something that's not a threat they're gonna let fly. Does that make you raise an eyebrow?
I mean,
it's not a threat to the government.
But just look at it. Look at it. I mean, but look at the scene. Remember the scene when he went into the when they went into the one gang territory and they walked into that one room and it was like 90 like 200 niggas with guns. Remember when they walked in that room and they like showed the circle like around the room, every nigga in that room. Remember when they went to the gang territory? Them niggas had military worth of weapons, and they was talking about Fred Hampton in real life was going around on all the different gangs. He said they was trying to find what they called the brothers on the block. That's what they were saying. They said that's the people they was trying to recruit, brothers on the block. So it's like just to let you know, like he was going around like the nigga was trying to create an army. So you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And was going around with, you know, like that scene showed you. You see how many guns them gang members had? But my question is, who was those guns for the gang members? Who was those guns for?
But that's what I'm saying. Like the same thing with Freeway Ricky Ross or Franklin Saint and Snowfall. Like the CIA, FBI, you know, use people. And then what makes you think today they're not doing the same shit? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
We get called conspiracy theories. This is like true events, but we get called conspiracy theory.
And history repeats itself.
Yeah, come on, man. Get out of here.
It's crazy though. And you know, the depiction in the movie is always gonna show you what's going on. Like even though that was back whenever, now it's just more hush hush, but the shit is probably more digital. You know, cameras, drones, shit like that.
But what I want to do real quick, can we go around the room? Can we go around the room real quick and what do y'all rate this movie? The people that seen this movie, and I want to because I got I'm doing a little experiment right now.
Okay.
What do y'all rate this movie?
I give it a 9.
What from
a 9? That's generous as fuck. Okay, P give it a 9.
You said generous?
Yeah, that's generous as fuck.
I wasn't gonna say 8.5. I wasn't gonna say 8.5.
No. 8.5. You gotta give it a solid number. What do you give this movie?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, I was gonna do some decimals.
What do you give it? A what? What do you give it?
7.
All right,
P.
Okay, a 7. P, what do you give it?
I'll give it an 8.
An 8. Okay. Shaq, what do you give it?
I'll give it a 7.
7. Corey, would you 8?
Mm-hmm.
You only seen like 2 parts of the goddamn movie.
But it's historically accurate, but you know.
No, the reason I gave it an 8 is because
Al, you seen the movie?
Not
Al?
applicable.
Okay. All right,
It's what you expect it to be, so I give it an 8.
No. I just want to say it's what you expect. I feel like a lot of that shit you felt a lot of them scenes though. Like that's why I said it was like it was a good movie because you know movies that could connect and you can feel they get a little higher rating in my book.
What you give it, Remy, please?
I'll give it a 6 for real.
Oh, a 6er?
Yeah.
Damn, a D?
Above average.
Yeah.
The acting was amazing. Though.
That's why.
Yeah.
I think the casting was great too, and I just love how it was
good on the cast.
Yeah, like all that. How they even brought back the setting us back in that time. Frame, and like I said, it's a movie that I don't think anybody was thinking about. Nobody was thinking about this, man. It came out of nowhere. That's why I said it was that much more. It was decent. It was decent.
It's decent.
It made you go do your research after. I feel like good movies always do that. They make you go look for more information about that shit.
Yeah.
So that rounds to
I definitely did some more research. I did.
What's the round?
Yeah, I agree.
It rounds to a 7. What I want to do is I want to let people know if you go into our link tree or you go in this description of this show right now. I started a watch list on IMDb, and you could watch everything. You could see everything we reviewed, and we're gonna start rating movies correctly. So we reviewed Soul, American Scam, Malcolm Marie, and now Judas and Messiah.
With the new system of Ebert.
We gave it a 7. We ain't even do the other ones. We're gonna do the other ones later, but yeah.
Are we gonna do always full numbers, or can we start with the Dustin?
Huh?
Got to do a whole number.
We're going to round up. We're going to round up and round down because it's whole numbers in this show.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, real quick, if y'all haven't done so already, make sure you like the button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and that way you can be notified of any comments or any different additional content that we provide in it at any given time. So you can always be in the know if you hit the like, and you can also be in the know if you hit the subscribe. So yeah.